Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Holy flying flipping flapjacks. We got a banger on our hands, full-time family. Brad Tavares versus Israel Adesanya is set to headline the Ultimate Fighter 27 finale in July because the UFC couldn't get Sean O'Malley. No, I'm just fucking around. This is a little bit of a joke, but at the same time, the UFC did offer, I believe, Sean O'Malley a fight to headline this event, but we all know Sean O'Malley just now got out of his cast. Well, some of us don't know he just got out of his cast or whatever, but Sean O'Malley got injured in his last fight. He left the fight on one leg, hopping like a mud trucker. You remember Joe Rogan had to interview him when he was laying on his back. So the UFC did look to book Sean O'Malley in his first main event in the Ultimate Fighter Season 27 finale, but it was a little too soon for his return. So of course the UFC had other plans for us, and I'm telling you, this fight, this fight could have been on UFC 226. You know, the card with Mike Perry versus Yancy Medeiros, Paulo Costa versus Uriah Hall, Max Holloway versus Brian Ortega, Francis Ngannou versus Derek Lewis. This is that style of fight. This is going to be a striking affair. I would not be surprised if someone goes to sleep in this fight. Israel Adesanya is undefeated. Hashtag non-Jones. He gets a lot of comparisons to Anderson Silva and John Jones, although in his last fight, and not just those two, he gets a lot of comparisons to a lot of the greats of the sport, which isn't a bad thing, although Israel Adesanya does want to make a name for himself and doesn't want to be, under the light of any of those guys. He wants to be his own Israel Adesanya. He does have a lot of comparisons to some of the greats of the sport. But in his last fight against Marvin Vettori, in the third round, Israel Adesanya was taken down. But Israel Adesanya comes from a very explosive kickboxing background, a very high level, or not kickboxing, he's got a striking background. I believe it's kickboxing, but it could be Muay Thai. It's a striking background, very successful striker, Israel Adesanya, and now he's in mixed martial arts. So this is a game where you've got to be able to fight off your back and stuff like that if you do get taken down. Adesanya's got great takedown defense though. In his first fight, I believe his opponent tried to take him down 15 times and only was able to 4, and Adesanya was able to get back up before he was put in any compromised positions on the ground. But in his last fight versus Marvin Vettori, he was compromised in that third round to the point to where he only ended up winning a split decision. Although I thought he won the first 2 rounds, it should have been a unanimous decision. But he was taken down, put on his back in the third round, and the commentators, multiple commentators, were commenting on the fact that it didn't look like he really knew what he was doing off of his back as far as jiu-jitsu is concerned. And so with that being said, this fight, I don't expect that to happen. Brad Tavares is a banger. He just outstruck Krzysztof Jotko in a great performance. Brad Tavares, he's now getting his first UFC headline event. I believe this is like his 15th or 17th UFC fight, and now he's headlining the Ultimate Fighter against the hot up-and-coming prospect, Israel Adesanya. Brad Tavares, though, he's going to be a part of why this fight's such a great fight, because he's not going to come in here looking for a takedown, trying to, he's going to be in here throwing with Adesanya, trying to show he's one of the best strikers in the division. So this is going to be a great fight. I think it's going to be a striking affair, it's going to be an exciting striking affair too. It's not just like some 2 older dudes. No. Both of these dudes are very much in their striking prime, I would say. As far as Israel Adesanya, he's been striking. For him to round out his game, he's pretty much going to be working on grappling. Brad Tavares is at the top of his game as well. Very savvy veteran. He's not past his prime in any means. He's on a 3 or 4 fight winning streak at this point. Just beat a top 15 ranked guy in Krzysztof Jotko. So this is going to be a great main event to the Ultimate Fighter Season 27. This is going to be on a Friday, and we know right the next day, this is the Ultimate Fighter finale. There's also going to be a pay-per-view the next day. So I believe this is going to be International Fight Weekend, the Ultimate Fighter finale. Also on this card, there's another dope fight I'm looking forward to, as well as the Ultimate Fighter results. But my boy Julian Marquez is going to be fighting Alessio Di Chirico. Julian Marquez is the dude that hit the floss on the way out to the walkout, had fun in his fight, was dancing the whole time before he got in the cage, had a great performance, came from Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. So this is going to be a great weekend of fights all in all. This is going to be on the Friday, and then the Saturday I believe will be UFC 226, which is going to be the card we were talking about, Stipe Miocic versus Daniel Cormier, Francis Ngannou versus Derek Lewis. So this is going to be a great weekend of fights, let alone just a great night of fights on the Ultimate Fighter finale. With that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think about Brad Tavares versus Israel Adesanya, headlining the Ultimate Fighter 27 finale in July. I'm out. And as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'm out.
This is #1 bullshit.